すファンと共に、小島さんの新しい出発を応援します。
はい、ありがとうございます。
頑張ってください。
はい、ありがとうございます。
What's up, everybody? It's Yeong here with my predictions of Hideo Kojima's new independent game. We obviously know very little about the new title. The only concrete information that's been divulged so far about Kojima's new game is that it's a PlayStation 4 exclusive, with a PC release happening sometime after, and that it won't be too big, probably indicating that it will be smaller in scale than Phantom Pain, as Kojima intends to focus on the agility of his new studio and how efficiently they are able to do things. But a lack of concrete knowledge certainly won't stop me from theorizing and speculating. If there is one thing I've learned in my years of covering Kojima-related news, is that reading between the lines and overanalyzing seemingly irrelevant things can often yield hidden clues about a Hideo Kojima project. Take the new Kojima Productions logo, for example. I don't believe for 1 second that it's just a logo, especially not after Kojima confirmed that Shinkawa also designed an entire body to go along with the head. Hell, they've even got an entire 3D concept render sketched out, which Kojima hasn't fully revealed yet. No way they'd go that far just for a logo. It is my belief that we're looking at what is some kind of cybernetic creature that will either be an enemy that players will be fighting in the new game or a character players will be controlling. It's also possible that the skull is a placeholder for a person, as it is a human skull we're looking at here, so perhaps we're looking at some kind of cybernetic suit or armor. Perhaps Kojima hinted at this by stating recently that the logo is meant to look like a combination of a medieval armor and a space suit. Regardless of what this is, I just can't shake the feeling that it will somehow be manifested as an in-game asset down the line. Further going along with these theories, it is also my belief that Kojima's new game will be futuristic and feature a lot of sci-fi elements, even more so than the Metal Gear series, but maybe not as much as Zone of the Enders. I say this not only based on the futuristic cybernetic creature or armor featured in the logo of the new Kojima Productions, which again I'm theorizing to play an important role in Kojima's new game, but also based on the fact that it's been recently revealed that one of Shinkawa's jobs in the new Kojima Productions is overseeing artwork for mechs, which, if you ask me, might as well be confirmation that there will be mechs in the upcoming game. And wherever there are mechs, you can most definitely expect a sci-fi genre in a futuristic setting. Now here's an even bolder prediction. Kojima will make his new IP a stealth action game. One quote that struck me during his exclusive interview with IGN was, "I want to create something that's what people expect, but at the same time will have something new that people haven't seen before." So basically, it seems as though he intends to make a game that will be familiar to us while being completely new. With Kojima's name being synonymous with the stealth action genre, I don't think it's too far-fetched to believe that Kojima will play to his strengths. But at the same time, I wouldn't expect this new game to just be a Metal Gear ripoff with a new coat of paint. If Kojima does intend to revisit the stealth action genre, he will probably do so with a bold new vision and direction. If I had a guess, I would say that Kojima intends to tackle a futuristic stealth action game, which, believe it or not, is by itself a relatively unique concept. If you think about it, there really aren't many stealth games set in the distant future. I mean, sure, you've got role-playing games like Deus Ex where you can play stealthily if you want to, but the game wasn't created as a pure stealth game like the Metal Gear games were. So what if Kojima's intention is to create a pure stealth game set in the distant future? Cybernetically enhanced stealth, perhaps? Maybe the suit or armor in the logo will be worn by the player and feature high-tech tools that will aid in infiltration, although it does look a bit too bulky to be intended for stealth. Regardless, think of all the interesting new possibilities that a futuristic, pure stealth game would allow in terms of tools and gadgets, gameplay mechanics and tactics, storytelling, etc. And speaking of storytelling, there is little doubt in my mind that Kojima's next game will aim to tell a deep, meaningful story in cinematic form. This is Hideo Kojima we're talking about, one of the most avid lovers of films on the face of this planet. He's been implementing cinematic storytelling all throughout his past couple of games, and I don't see why he would stop now. As for what the story could be about, the only wild guess that I can make is that it will have something to do with evolution. Something interesting that I found is that in the new Kojima Productions website, a lot of emphasis is placed on words like Homo sapiens and Homo ludens, the former meaning people of wisdom and the latter meaning people who play. In fact, the very first thing you're greeted with when you enter the new Kojima Productions website is the excerpt from Sapiens to Ludens. Then, if you scroll down and read the message that Kojima wrote for the website, you will see that words like Homo Luden, Homo Faber, and evolution are scattered all throughout. While I know a big part of it has to do with Kojima poetically sharing his vision for the new Kojima Productions, I find it very peculiar that he chose the motif of evolution to do so. It seems far too deliberate. Even the creature or suit in the logo is symbolic of evolution. For those who don't know, one way to distinguish between the many hominids throughout history is by analyzing their skull, and the one featured here is the skull of a Homo sapien. Furthermore, the fact that the armor's design incorporates both medieval and futuristic elements further seems to express how much humanity has advanced and evolved throughout the course of history. To me, it feels like evolution is far more than just a motif for the new Kojima Productions philosophy. It feels like evolution could be one of the main themes of Kojima's upcoming game. One last prediction I would like to make is that the Shinkawa art that Kojima posted on his Twitter as a holiday 2015 gift for the fans is in fact a concept art for one of the characters in Kojima's new game. While the initial assumption might be that this could be a redrawn Metal Gear character, as she does undeniably resemble concept art of Metal Gear characters like Paramedic, Quiet, and Naomi Hunter. That's highly doubtful when you consider Kojima's recent divorce from the Metal Gear series, which legally belongs to Konami now. I don't think Kojima and Shinkawa would go out of their way to make a new artwork for a character from a property that no longer belongs to them, and then stamp the artwork with their new Kojima Productions logo. That feels like a lawsuit waiting to happen. Another assumption one could make is that this artwork is just some random character doodle that Shinkawa made, which Kojima simply decided to show off for fun. My problem with that theory is the Kojima Productions logo stamp. When you stamp something with your company logo, you're basically saying this is official property of that company. Therefore, it seems highly unlikely that this is just a random drawing. There's definitely official purpose to it. If I had to guess what that purpose was, I would say that this is official concept artwork for a sexy new female character that will be introduced in Kojima's new game. Now, the game's still very early in development, so it's possible that her design might change, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see some version of this character in the final game. So to summarize my predictions, based on what we know so far, it is my belief that Kojima's new game will be a sci-fi futuristic stealth action game with a bold new vision and direction. It will feature and implement advanced technology like mechs and cybernetic suits and armors, not unlike what's shown in the sketch from which the new Kojima Productions emblem was derived from, and it will introduce this new sexy female character designed by Shinkawa. Furthermore, it is my belief that the game will feature a deep and meaningful story with evolution as one of its main themes, and that the story will be presented with compelling cinematography in classic Kojima fashion. It's not a lot to go on, with many of these theories being shot in the dark, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I end up completely missing the mark by the time the game is unveiled, but hey, it's still fun to speculate. So with that, I would like to conclude my predictions for Hideo Kojima's new game. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know in the comments below your thoughts on my predictions, as well as any predictions you may have that you'd like to share. And to be further updated on gaming news, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out!